Young in the Restless, Y&R, revelations over the next 2 weeks tease that some great Genoa City action is imminent. During the week of August 10th to 14th, Y&R will start everything with a gift to Prime Minister Catherine. The other Young in the Restless spoilers say that Amanda Sinclair will lure Nate Hastings in and then throw him back immediately. Nate will be confused when Amanda surprises him and flirts before revealing their love story. Meanwhile, Summer Newman will reveal her true feelings. Summer will choose to be honest about her views on Phyllis and Nick Newman's relationship. That meant telling Phyllis in front of her that this fic reunion would end in disaster. With Chelsea Lawson, she was arguing with Victor over whether his Kansas story is true. Finally, Victor admitted that someone could testify his story. Y&R fans can expect Chelsea to put her problem with Victor aside, at least for now. Victor and Chelsea will want to come together for Adam. Adam will definitely need some help, especially after his search for clues becomes pointless. There's no way Adam can prove that he didn't kill AJ Montalvo as a child, and that's because he did. Adam will eventually search for Sharon. After Adam begged for help, did Sharon agree? Will Sharon finally reveal her battle with breast cancer? Some fascinating scenes of Shaddam are still ahead, but let's talk about Kevin Fisher and his worries about paternity. Kevin already has a daughter, but he will have a son. Raising a son didn't really suit Kevin's job, so he was a bit nervous, especially because his own father didn't set a good example. Luckily, Esther Valentine will have some great advice that should bring some reflection from the main players in GC alongside some of the clashes between Billy Abbott and Adam Newman. Billy will also be overheard by Victor Newman about his ambush on the Newman family. Victor will make it clear that Billy needs to step back, but you can bet Billy won't heed that warning. Next, Billy and Lily Winters will argue for possible hire at Chancellor Communications. According to Vanderway, it is possible to find a new job for themselves if they can come together. With Abby Newman, she'd be furious over Phyllis Summers' latest attempt to ruin her hotel plans. As for Sharon Newman, she will have to make some adjustments in her life after her recent surgery. Across town, Jack Abbott will teach Victor some of his own parenting tips. Back at Abbott Mansion, Jack will reveal a strange incident with Ashley Abbott. The fact that Dina Mergeron mentioned something or someone called Bixley would confuse the Abbotts. This would lead to a memory trip upstream for the Abbotts. Since Dina can't go, they'll have to find her. With Devin Hamilton, you will enjoy close moments with Elena Dawson. However, Devin will also connect with Amanda later. Y&R has turned Elena, Devin, Nate and Amanda into an exciting four-person love affair, so stay tuned for some turning point. When the Newman family's conflicts get out of hand, Nikki Newman's, Melody Thomas Scott, peace efforts will fail. In fact, it looks like Nikki will make matters worse. As for Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, she will visit Billy at Chancecom and provide updates on the story she has told him. Billy will be quite excited to hear about a new version of the event. In the week of August 17th to 21st, Jack will find the answer with Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland. They will end up on a quest to find a memento, something Dina loved when she was a child and fell in love with John Abbott, Jerry Douglas. As for Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, she will take a heavy blow. After Sharon's previous defeat, she would have to rely on the strength of the people she loved and loved most. Going back to Adam, he would be very belligerent and possibly still reluctant to accept Victor's story. What could ultimately convince Adam that it was the truth? Will Adam's sad memories finally return to him? Meanwhile, Billy and Victoria are likely to open up the story of the boy killer Adam. Adam defended only his mother, Hope Wilson, last played by Beth Toussaint, but the media would not describe it that way. Chancellor Communications certainly won't make Adam a hero. Soon Billy would be in trouble with Lily. Of course, the rivalry between Adam and Billy will also explode. Adam would probably turn all his pain into anger, perhaps on Victor, Billy and Victoria's side. Unfortunately, Chelsea will be caught in the penalty area and that could be bad news for Chatham. Y&R fans will see Theo, Lola Rosales, Kyle Abbott as well as Sneaky Summer. Kyle and Summer's relationship for the moment may well be fine, but not when Summer begins to plot. The Summer is set to engage in some terrible behavior, so we'll see its first breakdown soon. It's been months since we saw a new year, but tomorrow there are all new scenes for us to catch up with where we left off. Lily and Billy are trying to get rid of their media company and use Prime Minister Park's anniversary to do just that. With an iPhone in hand, Lily interviewed your favorite GC players, but then we even got some plot lines, like Billy wanted to know what's going on between Victor and Adam. And Victoria can tell him. So we can keep your favorite stories and stars happy. In the video tweeted below, It's all there welcoming you back to the new episodes, tomorrow, August 10th. You can even check out some new scenes. Who is Phyllis? Y&R revealer said Chance and Abby will have a romance next week, which may prove that Phyllis's little plan has been a success. Hopefully Red doesn't interrupt any happy dating plans the two might have. Looks like Chance may be leaning towards Abby at this point. Even worse news for Cola fans. Y&R spoilers believe the newlyweds will disagree this week. Could it be about Summer or Theo or something else? Sadly, this super couple is on a rocky ground. Perhaps they need a place to rest to help them focus on what's really important. Speaking of bad news, Nikki will give someone bad news this week. Maybe Newman's 50th anniversary? Or did she find out about Sharon's condition and tell Victor? Maybe it's Billy's problem? But, was that terrible news for the mustache? He might celebrate the idea of Vicky and Billy breaking up. Regardless, Victor will at some point this week find out that Billy leaves the house he and Victoria share in and can take some action. According to Y&R, the mustache will make Billy be noticed. He would probably tell him that if he decided to leave Vicky, this time, there would be no turning back. The Y&R spoilers indicate that Adam will be trying to end some loose endings this week. What does this have to do with the woman he lost contact, but is back now? This is an interesting plot, to say the least. There are too many question marks. It looks like the fans will learn more in the coming days. Y&R spoilers point out that Amanda will no longer be able to dodge her past in the city of Genoa and something will revive, tinging with old memories. Everyone has skeletons in their wardrobes, but Amanda doesn't seem that bad. With that said, something happened this week that might upset her. Would you believe she had an affair with a married man? That might be something she doesn't want people to know, especially because of her friendship with Billy. As revealed by Y&R, Amanda will get some disturbing news this week and it is likely related to her past. Whatever she's been told, it doesn't seem like she's going to be too happy about it, and the whole thing can get her very uncomfortable. It will be interesting to see what makes Amanda's fur so ruffled. Yes, everyone is out of society except for a couple, Devin and Elena. Since Bryden James and Brittany Sarpy are a real-life couple living together, these two characters could be the only two characters to have a bit of romance in the coming months as the country still has to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. Young and the Restless spoilers say some great storylines will be the focus, so don't miss the next 2 weeks. Our channel is the source for the updates and news for the Young and the Restless you'll need, so be sure to repost often. That's good news and bad news in Revelations from Children and Age. Adam is fighting an uphill battle, Abby wonders if her mom is going home, Lola gets a blast from the past and Nick is worried he might lose Chelsea again. Victor stands out from the fight between Nick and Adam, but it looks like which side he started from. Adam visited his father at his office to complain about the latest development. "I got the restraining order this morning," he said. The Abbott family gathered to celebrate some good news, but Abby wondered if things could have been better. "So now you and Uncle Jack are merging the company," she asked Ashley, "any chance of you moving back to Genoa? Will Ashley return with her family or continue living in Paris?" Adam had Christian custody, but now that Connor is back in his life, he wants to be a part of him too. And that made Chelsea very, very worried. "You told me you're not going to run anymore because things have changed," Nick reminded her. But Chelsea wasn't sure she could risk her stay. "I cannot lose my son," she stressed. Shocks continue to come in the Young and the Restless spoilers. Lola is still unconscious, but when Ray catches him, he gets another surprise. Plus, her own skin-saving scheme seemed counterproductive, especially with Nick. Did they end well? Kyle wears her doctor's cloak to meet Lola, but it doesn't help protect him from her protective brother. "Get away from her, Kyle," Arturo hissed as he pushed Abbott out of her room. "Or I'll finish you." Originally going to hurt Abby, Mia was so distraught that instead of taking Lola to the hospital, she cried and begged her sister-in-law to wake up. "I'm not trying to hurt you," she cried while holding Lola's hand. And then, with the evidence shown to her wife, Ray had no choice but to handcuff Mia and restrain her. "You have the right to be quiet," he began as he roughly took her arm. But before he could slap the handcuffs on her, Mia stopped him. "I'm pregnant," she revealed. In court, Christine placed Phyllis on a podium and noted that she and the other women rolled JT's body in a rug and buried him. When Phyllis angrily admitted that was exactly what they did, Christine countered, "It was not self-defense. That is murder." Plus, Jack has taken advantage of Phyllis' legal troubles to go a long way. Please look forward to exciting events on our channel.